Hello everybody, this is Blazing Started and welcome to episode 3 of Mario Kart Wii CTGP Rate That Grand Prix. See, the ring is still there. And today we are moving on to the next combination and the next set of tracks. So today's combination, as you guys can see on screen, is going to be a selection of Bowser on the Bowser bike. I have been done really nicely by all 4 selections today, as you guys can actually see. Some of them were actually really nice, especially the Diddy Kong Nitro Cycle and the Sprinter as well. Those were really interesting combinations to have used at custom tracks. Anyways, today we are going to be doing the Thundercloud Cup, in which we have Autumn Leaves Way, Big Express City, Big Nature City, and Boshi Skatepark. So, of course, as per usual, you guys do remember how it goes. I'll be rating each custom track as they are, as we go. With that, I also need to get the document up, so give me a moment. I did not prepare appropriately. Okay, and we are back with the recording. Sorry that happened. I forgot to actually set up the Excel spreadsheet in which I have all the ratings for every single track on every single aspect. You know, the 3 aspects being the theming, the functionality, and the replayability. Same thing applies as always, and we will get into it as we speak right now. Let's do this. Okay, I think we're starting with, yep, Autumn Leaves Way. Without any further ado, let's get into it. I'll be commenting on each track and how I feel about it as we go through, so let's get into it. It has been a while, so I am a bit rusty, so you'll have to bear with me. Oh god, the drift got into the wrong place. That's still a really odd corner. I feel like that's not a trick ramp. That's okay. It's all okay. Wiggle, please. I don't know if that was a shortcut right there. Of course, a little Splatoon 2 little advertisement right there. Okay, so I can do that. That is one of those ramps. That was just me making a dumb late turn. Oh good. I'd take trick there. Okay, so if I was to take that trick, I had to be on the right side. Got it. Learn. Lesson learned. Oh god, that is a interesting log ramp. Okay, Funky Kong. Ah! Okay, got you. Okay. Sorry, Luigi. You gotta go, buddy. It's still feeling solid. I do have some questions and some things I do have to consider. That is interesting. Oh gosh. That's a good little shortcut. Oh, come on. I got outrun by a red shell. I got styled on. That's just an animal crossing thing. I didn't see that from a distance. Nor is that texture even like high enough resolution for me to notice. That's how I'm supposed to take that run. Got it. Learn. That's a learning process, but that's okay. Because that's what that arrow... Oh. Okay. So that was Autumn Leaves Way. Okay. I believe I'm familiar with the track. I think it's been added and been like taken away and re-added multiple times. So I'm gonna comment on it like this and think about it this way. Theming. You know what? Its theming was very good. It's almost like a Maple True Base sort of theming, which is what you get from the title of Autumn Leaves Way. A very autumny themed track with a lot of trees and a lot of falling leaves and all of that stuff. It definitely meets its theming. Nothing was out of place. No textures that didn't need to be there. Nothing that looked really awkward per se. So I don't really have anything to floor it on. So as for theming, the track is gonna get a nice 9. Functionality, I'm questioning the functionality actually. It feels like the functionality is jeopardized a little bit by some of those turns. I don't feel like it would suit Karts all too well as it wants to. The penultimate turn where the arrow was pointing to the left, you wouldn't get what that was for until like 2 laps in. And some people might not even understand that fully anyways, so that was a bit of a problematic part. As well as those 2 fences that came after it, that felt a bit iffy, because I smacked into that and fell off of it way more times than I'm willing to count. So I'll be honest, it functioned well until that little, let's say, quarter of the track. I understood why it was done. It needed to feed into the rest of the track and connect to the previous part of the track. But there are probably other ways that could be resolved and fixed to be more suitable. So, functionality, I'm giving it a just above average 6. Now, replayability. Okay, replayability, we have to think about that. Would I play this again? Would I be willing to play this again? Yes, actually, I would be. I'd actually be quite happy to play this again. This track felt quite nice, for the most part, and that little quarter doesn't take away fully from the track. It doesn't discredit it. It discredits it a tiny bit, but not to an extent where I'd say the track isn't worth the time. The track isn't worth the experience. If somebody votes this track online, I wouldn't complain. I'd be happy with seeing it. I'd be willing to do it. Maybe not so much if I had a cart at the time, but I feel like there's ways for carts to maneuver this and even take advantage of some of the parts of the track that are in place. So, replayability, it's gonna get a nice down the middle on the positive side 7. Of course, I'll calculate the averages after the video has been recorded. Without any further ado, let's get into the next track, which is Big Express City. Let's get into it, shall we? Of course, at the end of the video, you guys will see the updated list of my favourite treks, and of course, the best Grand Prix so far. Of course, the Grand Prix are going to have all 3 that I've played so far, because, well, I haven't played 5 Grand Prix yet, I haven't found 5 episodes yet, so we'll get to it at some point. By some point, I mean whenever I record more than 5 videos. Okay. Okay, that's an interesting start. It seems like this track is running at a lower FPS. I don't know if that's just me. That might also be something with the capture as well, because the capture doesn't capture the game half as well as the actual monitor that it's running on. Yeah, it does the colours a lot better, but the FPS is a bit iffy. But for a track that's detailed, if it was 30 FPS, it wouldn't surprise me, and I wouldn't complain too much. It doesn't look too complicated either, which is nice. I love how, unlike a lot of the custom tracks that are based off on like an actual city or road, there's actually a defined way to go. Oh, I say that there's a defined way to go, and then I lose my way. Okay. Okay, I'll put that to 1 off, but that was a bit confusing. But it's still less confusing than most like tracks that actually use a real looking city road, because some of them don't actually create barriers that point you in the direction you're supposed to be going either. This is probably the best inclusion of such a thing so far that I've seen in all the tracks I ever played, at least. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to record more videos on Mario Kart Wii recently. Another one being a video on Mario Kart Wii Rebalanced. That was really fun. I should record a video on it because I actually really do enjoy the mod. It's actually really fun too. I've also been meaning to post a video with the inclusion of all the music that I'm using in my own little custom pack, and make my custom music pack available for people to download. Oh, that was unlucky. It's all okay though. Oh, okay. Hell yeah. I'm all for this. Okay, I should have checked the map for that one. Oh, you son of a bitch. That was rude of you. Oh my god, is that the Wild Wing? Oh wow, that is really cool. I like that. That was interesting. Okay. So that was Big Express City. Now, there's a lot to say, actually. There's a lot to say about this track. Theming. I mean, it definitely was a city. Definitely was like a sort of Express City sort of theme. And it was definitely a big track. It wasn't really even complicated either. No textures out of place. There's actually some cool scenery every now and again. I feel like the only thing it would have benefited from was having some other cars there. You know, to make it so it's not just you in the city. But I can understand why there isn't any in place. I feel like it would have made it a little bit more difficult. As well as something that I'm not going to take any points away. I just feel like this track could have benefited from a speed modifier. I feel like that could have been really cool as well. But that's just a nitpicky thing. I'm not going to take any points away from that. So the theming, once again, I think I'm going to have to give it a 9. It's a solid track with solid theming. Functionality. I don't feel any vehicles would have had an issue with it. I genuinely don't. There was that one corner where I was like, okay, I got stuck here. I'm confused, where am I going? I feel like that was a one-time thing. I'm not going to hold it against it too much. It was very solid. I feel like any vehicle would have had a good time. Maybe even Karts would have had a better time, which is actually pretty good. Let's keep in mind. So, when it comes to the functionality behalf, I think I'm inclined to give it another 9, actually. Now, replayability, would I be willing to play this again? I guess yes. However, it feels slow, and the performance issues do impact it sometimes. I feel like in a multiplayer lobby, it would be a lot more hectic than that experience, but still, it felt a little bit slow. For a lap that was maybe 3 minutes, it felt a little bit on the slow side. Maybe because there wasn't much to avoid. That ramp at the end was amazing, though. I would do that ramp at the end many a time. And I mean that many a time. So, replayability is going to get a down the middle. I think it's going to get a 7. Yeah, I think it's going to get a 7 again. And with that, we're going to move on to the next track, which is Big Nature City. So we're going from Big Express City to Big Nature City. That is the next track on the list. Let's see what it's all about. Oh, today's question for you all is, what Nintendo game are you most excited for that's being released this year? This will be mostly limited to Switch games, but get your answers down below. I'm intrigued to see what games you guys are interested in seeing the release of this year. I like how it has the same sort of start. The performance seems just about the same as well. That corner is actually really nice for me. Okay. Ooh, that's a nice tight corner. Interesting little trick. A little nice low trick as well. I'll take it. I'm gonna take both paths. So there's crates here. Oh god, there's so many paths. I don't know which ones are shortcuts, because I feel like some of them are shortcuts, but that's more like it. That's the vehicles that I was wondering where they were in the last track. But it seems like they actually learned from that one. I don't know which one was developed first. Oh! I got wrecked. You see, just having that alone adds more fun to it. Ooh, underwater now? Okay. Ooh. Oh gosh, okay. That was... I didn't know that corner was coming up. Whoa, wee. Whoa, that was really complex and confusing for a second. There's a lot to explore. I like that. I'll take that tight corner because I can. Ah, damn it. I'm gonna go with the longer path. I'm gonna go the upper path, see where that takes me. Ooh. Oh, it's sticking me around the whole loop. Okay. Alright. I'm a fan. Doesn't feel slow either. Love the Funky Kong statue. There's so many different paths. I like it. Oh, Mario Kart physics. Thank you. See, that blockade came just in time for me to notice it. Unlike, you know, Autumn Leaves way earlier. Now this section is the weird part, because that is a tight corner. But there's barriers as well, which I actually really like. I like it. I like it. Something tells me the past two tracks have been from the same creator, though. I can tell from that beginning. Theming. You know what? I've got to knock some points off with the theming here, because especially from that end part, it felt like it didn't fit in. It was a cool addition. Don't get me wrong. It didn't exactly seem like it fit in all too well. So, gotta knock it some points on that. Besides that, it was just a nature city. That's all it was. It was a big nature city. In which, you know what? It's gonna get it a nice middle of the road for the good half 7. Functionality. You know what? I do gotta knock the functionality a little bit because of that ending part as well. I love that ending part. That initial turn is very tight. Now, for karts, that'll be difficult considering how little time you have to process that it's actually coming. However, the rest of the track is perfectly fine, with some really cool additions and really cool features, some really cool theming, and honestly, really fun. So, this functionality has got to get a 7 as well. Replayability. I would play that track many a time over. Now, my reason for the replayability being as high as it is the addition of multiple paths. There's so many different paths to explore. In those 2 laps I just had, I didn't explore the entirety of the track. I feel like I really could have if I played it more, and I would have liked to see which one would have been most ideal. And that adds to replayability value in multiplayer as well. It really benefits it. That ending part is really cool. There's a lot of good scenery. It's a very pretty and scenic track. So the replayability, it's a solid 8. It really is a solid 8. And with that, we are going to move on to the final track of the Grand Prix, which is Boshi Skatepark. Honestly, the scale and quality of custom tracks over time has just really thrown itself through the roof, and I like it. You know what? With the word skate park in it, does it really surprise me that it's a skate park theme? No, not at all. It really doesn't. Let's see what it's all about. I feel like there's going to be a lot to this track, paths-wise. It looks very simple. Oh gosh, okay. Maybe there is a way to do that with a mushroom, actually. Oh my god, these paths, this is cool. That is a nice little corner skip as well. Oh wow. Ah, you stood shit, Waluigi. I love how the toads are on skateboards as well. Love it. I think this track also has its own custom music as well. I'm not too entirely sure about that. Sorry, Waluigi. There's many different little tricks you can take here, which is nice too. I like this. Oh, hi there, Toad. How you doing? Pull some nice kickflips for me, yeah? track is really short though. Oh, there was a path on the outside. I should have taken that path. I've just noticed that now on the minimap. Oh my god, this is a solid experience. A solid but solidly quick experience. Holy. Gonna run into the fib because hell, why not? And with that was Boshi Skatepark. So, I'm gonna get to the menu real quick and then we can give it a nice rating. And update you guys on how I feel about all of the tracks in the Grand Prix. So we're gonna get back into the single player selection menu. So then, yeah, I know about the battery. Don't worry about that. So Boshi Skatepark. Now, honestly, what a track. The theming, I mean, it's a skate park, and it is a car park to an indoor skate park. I mean, I don't know what more you want. There was a few things with the crowd that makes it odd with the theming. I don't think there'd be a crowd watching you in a skate park unless you were like an event or something. Which, to be honest, it doesn't take too much away. Honestly, overall, just its theming is solid. It really performs well when you actually see it in action. Its theming is going to get a nice 9. Functionality? Functionality. I feel like for first time players there's going to be a lot of hitting barriers, and that I can understand. But the fact that it's a skate park makes sense in how much there is to explore. And I cannot tell you how much I enjoyed taking all of the different paths and felt like I was actually skating in a skate park. So it functions very well. I'm not sure if carts would have a good time though, which is a bit of a knockoff from its enjoyment. None of the corners were really too tight. I just feel like with the amount of ramps and everything, bikes would do it so much better. As well as inside drift being beneficial as well. So the functionality is going to get a 8. Actually, its functionality is going to get a... yeah, I'm going to give it a 7 actually. Middle of the road. No issues. Well, not too good. Well, not too bad. Definitely not bad, but could have a little bit of improvement. Replayability. Honestly, replayability value? There. I could play that track many times, and I feel like it would just be a fun experience. Especially in online play, with it being like a short track with so much hectic things going on, so many items being thrown about, so many things being used, and so many different carts and bikes being used. I feel like it would genuinely be really fun. But I would play that track many a time, and I would be happy to vote that on. Unless I was choosing a cart, then I would not play to its strengths. So its replayability, honestly, it's gonna get a 9. It is gonna get a 9. So, without any further ado, everyone, that is all the tracks done for today, and all of my locked-in scores. So, now that everything has been calculated, I'll do this in editing. Here is your list of top 5 Grand Prix, as you can see right here. It's getting pretty interesting, isn't it, with each episode? And without any further ado, here are your top 5 tracks and their respective Grand Prix. You can see this is also getting interesting and changing each and every time. But without any further ado, guys, I shall leave you with that. Remember to answer the question for today, and that is, what Nintendo release are you most excited for this year of 2022? Get your comments down below. And without any further ado, I shall see you all in the next episode. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you all in the next one. See you later.